All right, guys, here we are again, another Monday Night Live. We got some updates tonight. This is going to be pretty exciting. Thank you so much for joining the platform. My name is Gerald W. Parker. I tell you what, man, this thing is getting more exciting every single day. And if you're feeling like I'm feeling, you know that we've got something special. And honestly, we have a chance to really change the trajectory of families across this country as it relates to their financial situation because of what MWR Financial is bringing to the fold. Guys, this is it. This is our chance now to make an impact not only in our own lives, but the lives of so many people across this country. So we want to start looking at who's joining us from what part of the country. Give us your name, your city, your state. Guys, again, this is an exciting time. If there was ever a chance for us to win, I keep saying it, this one's it. No question about it. This is another Monday Night Live, MWR Financial. We're going to hear from the CEO and the president tonight, and we're going to get updated. There's Miss Burns. Hey, Miss Bates out of Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the platform. Mr. Daryl Banks out of Knightdale, North Carolina. Welcome. All right, Miss Sanders out of Spotsylvania, Virginia. All right, Mr. Owens, Mrs. Owens, I'm sorry, out of Maryland. Who else is on the platform with us? My good friend Paul out of New Jersey. Welcome to the platform, sir. Who else is out there? Greetings from Phoenix, Arizona. Miss Lynn Gibbs, welcome to the platform. All right, Nina out of Chicago, welcome to the platform. Guys, who else is out there? All right, let's keep it going. Miss Lovey Sullivan, Tampa, Florida. Let's cover 50 states tonight. I honestly believe that we can do it. Pia out of Maryland, welcome to the platform. Welcome. Miss Connie Houlihan, St. Louis, Missouri, welcome to the platform. Guys, who else is out there? We got Long Island, New York, Miss Bazell, welcome to the platform. All right, guys, Georgia again in the house. Rebecca Odom, welcome to the platform. My good friend out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Mr. Benjamin McCrae, welcome, sir. Honored to see you. All right, Galveston, Texas, Mrs. Holmes, welcome to the platform. Mrs. Howell out of Battle Creek, Michigan, welcome to the platform, ma'am. Guys, who else is out there? Let's cover as much ground as we can. Long Beach, California. We're going out west now. All right, good deal. All right, Monique, welcome to the platform. Guys, who else is out there? Bruce out of Columbia, Missouri. Welcome to the platform, sir. Good to see you. All right, Dr. Turner, Regina Turner, good to see you. Peace and blessings to you as well, my friend. All right, good deal. Bernard Ponder. All right, we got Georgia in the house again. Who else is out there? Our nation's capital, Cecilia, Washington, D.C. Welcome to the platform. Guys, give me a few more. That's Jessica out of Montgomery, Alabama. Welcome to the platform, ma'am. So good to see you. Guys, who else is out there? There's a lot of ground to cover tonight. My good friend Randy Christensen, Greeley, Colorado. Welcome to the platform, sir. Hope you're staying warm. All right, Miss Turner again. Reginald Turner, Alabama. Welcome to the platform, sir. All right, guys, who else is out there? All right, Mr. Williams. All right, South Carolina. Welcome to the platform. Good deal, guys. We got South Carolina coming again. Mr. Baker, welcome to the platform, sir. Guys, once again, there's a lot of ground to cover, a lot of information that we're going to review tonight, but we're going to get some updates on where we are with current systems, plus some additions. A lot is happening. I'll tell you, they've unlocked the keys to the weekly performance bonus. That's been an exciting time. I think we're going to be able to share some of that with you tonight. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, as well as the president of MWR Financial, Mr. Andamo, Tolson, are going to be with us on the platform shortly. But listen, let's keep it coming. Who else is out there on the platform with me? We've got, again, quite a bit to cover. This has been an exciting week. All right, here we go again. Michigan's in the house. Miss Simpson, welcome to the platform. Good deal. Gloria Woodbridge out of California, Fresno, welcome to the platform. There's my friend, Mr. Ronald Rich. All right, Alabama, welcome to the platform, sir. Miss Thomas out of Texas, again, welcome to the platform. Who else is out there? New Jersey's in the house. All right, Karen, welcome to the platform. Guys, give me a few more here. All right, Utah, here we go. All right, welcome to the platform. We're going way out west, guys. We're covering some ground here. I'm almost certain that we represent 50 states within the United States. Miss Jenkins out of Indiana again. And we're just getting started. And that's the beauty of this opportunity, that we're just getting started. But the impact that we've already had, not to mention the impact that we will continue to have, has just been phenomenal. Lives are changing. Go to the MWR Financial Testimonial page on Facebook and just look at the testimonies. Hear the stories of people, the impact this program has had on their lives, the difference that they're seeing in their financial situation. The doors have been open now. I mean, all the tools that wealthy people have always had access to, we now have the ability to access them. These guys have leveled the playing field with this concept called MWR Financial. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. We're the ultimate cash flow company. So if the idea is to increase your cash flow, we're the ones to do it. We can help you get that done. And this is what's so exciting. This is why America is waking up and running toward this opportunity, and people are gravitating toward MWR Financial because it is so life-changing. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm more excited now than I've ever been. All right, so we're good to go. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, help me bring on our first speaker tonight. This gentleman here, I've never met a man, again, with such compassion, such a commitment to the average everyday person, wanting to see them win. When do you see someone who's highly successful on a major level financially, but willing to reach back and help the masses win? Create a platform designed for the average everyday person. Now, he's done this not just one time, he's done this 4 times, meaning built 4 multi-million-dollar companies. So this gentleman knows what he's doing. His visionary leadership has made MWR Financial the fastest growing financial strategies company in these great United States. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me to this. Welcome to the stage, the CEO and founder of MWR Financial, Mr. Brian T. House.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you.
I'm doing great. I'm just glad I can hear you. We were having some technical difficulties behind the set here, I guess you would say, but appreciate you covering for me.
We got you loud and clear, my friend. You're good to go now. Welcome to the platform. The show is yours, sir.
Hey, thanks, Gerald. I appreciate it, buddy. And listen, you can stick around a second if you want to. We're going to be talking about some things, and I know that you've experienced it. You saw what kind of happened here this last week, or yesterday especially, with our performance bonuses.
Incredible.
Today's the first day those pay out, and we had several people that hit their weekly performance bonuses for the first time we've ever paid out our weekly performance bonuses. So instead of going through all those names, we just want to congratulate everybody. And I know last night, and I wanted to point this out real quick, I know we had a little glitch, and the glitch was that the timer on our performance bonus tracker actually started with one of our programmers his midnight instead of our midnight. And so I want you guys to know that's being remedied. We're actually going to extend that. Instead of it actually resetting, it actually calculated up until midnight Eastern time. Okay. So anybody that came in by midnight Eastern time, you still got your performance bonus if you hit your 6 qualifying QFDs for that. So you still got paid on that. But at the same time, it reset like 3 hours early and on his time instead of ours. So, but now what we've done is we've said, okay, make sure you correct that, but don't set it for Eastern time. Let's set it for midnight Pacific Standard Time, okay? Because we want to give all of our members, directors on the West Coast time till midnight to be able to take advantage of that, because we saw people going in at the last minute for people to hit those bonuses, and we're excited to pay those out. So, but wanted to point that out to everybody. I thought everybody needed to know that. And that's one of the things we wanted to do on this call, Gerald, is kind of update everybody on some of the things that are happening, what's coming. One of them was obviously our performance bonuses, what was going on with it. In addition to that, I know that we had something going on with the statuses in your canceled suspended report for you to be able to go see maybe somebody that's suspended or whatever to help them get whatever situation it was remedied. Maybe their card expired or whatever it is, so you can help them out and get them back active. But so that should be corrected. The statuses on that should be corrected sometime this week. I know Sam and Raphael are actually working on that as we speak. So that was something I wanted to point out. Another thing is I know a lot of our Spanish Latino members actually have been waiting on some tools and materials. And I wanted to cover this because I'll tell you, almost everybody on our corporate staff, other than a few of our support agents, actually all speak English. And so I know it's been a challenge. Some of you guys have been waiting for materials and information to be translated and put up. I will tell you the one-on-one 2-page presentation that we put up here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago in English, that should be up in Spanish here in the next few minutes. Okay, so we got that back translated. We had to make some adjustments, had to send it back, had to make some more other adjustments. Finally, we got it to where it's lined up correctly. It looks beautiful. And so that'll be up in the next few minutes. So you'll have that. In addition to that, by tomorrow, I'm hoping, and Martina can update me on this because I know she's been working on it. We should have our Spanish version of our PowerPoint up. Okay. I also know that the Spanish version of our videos, as far as our keys to home ownership video, our presentation video, our cash flow system video, that hopefully we'll have that done this week. It's all in the process of being converted right now as well. So you guys should be seeing those things up as well. We already have our comp plan PDF. That's done. We're also right now working on yeah. But we're also working on our compensation plan training, okay, which we want to do a PowerPoint video on it. So it's going to be a PowerPoint, but it's going to have a voiceover and video on it. And we'll probably break that down into segments as well. So you guys can get a really good understanding of our compensation plan, how it works, how you can maximize it, and each step of it, to where you can also share it too. Because I know a lot of people looking at MWR right now are saying, you guys have got the craziest compensation plan out there. You all have got the best compensation plan I've ever seen in this industry. And I can't tell you how many conversations I have with leaders that from other companies that are now looking at MWR a lot more seriously and saying, one, we've got all the pieces of the puzzle, but the other thing is your all's compensation plan, I've not ever seen anything as good as it. And there's a reason for that, guys. We pay out almost 80% to the field, almost 80% to the field and to our providers. So out of that 80%, we run off of a 20% profit margin, and we want that money to go to the field. Because without you guys, we don't have a company. And so we want to make sure you guys are getting compensated better than I'm getting compensated. And so, because believe me, what you're doing is just as important as what we do behind the scenes. So with that, we want to make sure you have that training, so you can train your teams, so you can see a visual of how the compensation plan works. We've got a thing in there right now for a 3 weeks to 3-star executive director. And I can't wait for you to see that, because the impact of that one slide alone and how it fills in with just 36 people and what you can accomplish with just 36 people on your team, as far as daily residual income, as far, of our sponsor bonuses, hitting our sponsor bonuses, or not our sponsor bonuses, but our leadership bonuses, being able to participate in our performance bonuses. That's the level that opens up every bit of our compensation plan to you. And I can't wait for you to see that, because to me, I would be running a 2-star or a 3-star executive director factory when it came to building my MWR business, because that's what gets people to all the money. And there is a lot of it to be had. I can tell you that. So, but listen, before I go on any further, let's see. And I see him scribbling behind stage here. He's taking notes, but I'm going to bring up, our president of MWR Financial, and I want to get his input on some things that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But hang with us, Gerald. Hang with us.
Yeah. I want to say one thing before we bring Andamo on. You talk about 3-star executive director and the fact that you hit that level, all these other doors open, but that level itself, a $50 a day payout, $1,500 a month, that is substantial in today's world, in this economy. Add $1,500 a month of additional passive income to a family's home right now, and you tell me what sort of impact that makes. You're talking about people being able to turn the corner, people being able to take some pressure off, and the fact that you hit that level and all these other doors open with coding now, performance bonuses, it's unbelievable. So when I hear you say that you talk to other leaders around the country as it relates to this compensation plan, think it not strange that it is the best compensation plan that exists. If a person, man or woman, is seriously interested in freeing themselves financially, this is the vehicle to do it with, man. unbelievable. Is all I say. It's crazy, but
well,
crazy good.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Gerald. I appreciate that. And I can tell you just what we've seen since we made the announcement of leadership bonuses, people that have ranked up, that have gotten to different levels. It was funny how adding more money to the compensation plan creates a different level of motivation for some people. Yes. And some people, it creates some complacency too, because they're like, hey, I just got a pay raise and I didn't have to do anything extra for it. But at the same time, it's amazing that we've been able to create something that rewards. And when I say this, don't take this the wrong way, because I don't mean by any means, I don't mean insignificant. But when the little guy or gal that gets into this industry or this business that maybe has never made any type of significant income can build a team of 12 people and get to $600 a month, $20 a day, get to 36 people and be at $50 a day or $1,500 a month, over $18,000 per year in additional revenue, residual income. That's significant, because we've made it to where the big player that maybe can go out and build a team of thousands, which I believe all of you can do that. Because if you can build a team of 10, you can build a team of 100. If you can build a team of 100, you can build a team of 1,000, and so on. But because you know what it takes to do that, because you've already done it, it's just, it becomes repetitive at that point, consistent.
Well, not only that, and what you're saying though, where basically the average person has a real chance at winning. I'm working with so many people in my business right now that have never done network marketing before, had never even seen a system like this, but those people are winning finally. And then for the first time, Brian, and then I've only done this twice. And when I say done this twice, meaning network marketing, right? So this is only my second experience, but this is the first time where everybody, not just a few, but everybody that's associated with this downline is generating some level of income. Everyone is making money. So everybody this thing touches, it gives you a fair chance at earning income. You just need to determine how much of it you want. But it's there for us and the system's in place. But you think about 36 people, 36, you show me another compensation plan in this country that with 36 people only. That's your family. That's your fraternity or sorority, whatever it might be. But that's 36 people. It puts you at $50 a day, $1,500 a month, and then unlocks all the other abilities for you to generate income as that grows. No, it doesn't happen. This is it.
Yeah, no, I agree, buddy. I agree. And it excites the heck out of me, because I see the same thing after 30 some years of being around. Man, I'm getting old, but being around this industry and just seeing people that they love what they're being involved in the business, but most of them just never make any money.
Right.
And being able to remedy that challenge is a big deal. If they're just willing to put in a little activity, they can make things happen here that maybe they couldn't make happen someplace else. Not that there aren't great companies out there, because there are. But at the same time, we've got something special, guys. We do. And it's unique and it works, and it's having a huge impact on people's lives. And I just love seeing it. I love it. I mean, it fires me up every day. I wake up jumping out of bed, excited about the day that I get to have, and being able to do something else that hopefully we can make a difference. And that's what we're doing. And so feel good about it, guys. Feel good about what you're doing. And we're going to talk some more in depth on this about making a difference and some of the things that we have in place with some of the things that are happening out there right now in the world. That guys, stick around for this, because you need to hear this. You need to hear this information I'm getting ready to share with you, and Andamo is going to. But let's bring up our president of MWR Financial. Let's bring up Mr. Andamo Tolson real quick.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hey, Brian, you know what I can say is we are the ultimate cash flow company.
Yes, we are.
It comes down to bottom line to that.
Yes, we are. And it's getting ready to get even better, because listen, and I made a comment last Monday, And some people took it for what it was worth. And some people were like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Are we not doing the Manage My Trades program or whatever? So I'm going to make sure that I clear up something. This Thursday, guys, we did some of our due diligence that I was talking about. And I want to point this out real quick. Okay. When we bring on something, which I don't see us adding a whole lot more, there's going to be some things we're working on, but we don't need a whole lot more than what we have right now, because we have the complete package. We have the ultimate cash flow company. There are some additional little pieces not little, but pieces that we can add that will make even more of an impact. And we're working on those things. Okay. Just know that. But at the same time, listen, when we do this, we rolled out more products or more services in one event than most companies have in their entire portfolio. Okay. Most companies are pushing one product or service, and sometimes it's some insignificant product or service just to push a compensation plan. Everything we're doing is strategically aligned to take you from where you are to where you want to be. And so we're not just adding things to be adding things. This isn't McDonald's to where we throw in chicken sandwiches and we sell more chicken sandwiches than any other company on the planet. We don't just add them because of that. We add them because they have to be significant and make a difference in your life. That's what we're doing. And we've got to make sure we do it right. Okay. There are a lot of compliance things that have to be taken care of. So when I tell you, hey, we're postponing something, we just rolled out 3 programs, but we're going to have to postpone 1. The sky is not falling because we did that. Okay. I promise you, but we're going to do what we got to do to make sure we do it right. Okay. So I want you guys to know that. But this Thursday, we're going to be having we're going to be doing our Manage My Trades program. We're going to be doing our overview on Manage My Trades, fill everybody in on the details, let you know exactly how we're going to start out with that program, let you know how you're going to be able to participate in that program, when you're going to be able to participate in that program, when some of our leadership is going to be able to participate in that program. We'll talk more about that. I'm not going to go into great detail on it tonight, but there's some things we want to test before we take it live with the rest of the field, which I hope you guys can appreciate that we want to do things, again, the right way, make sure everything is in place, because this has a few more moving pieces to it than some of the other programs. It's one thing to set up a way to be able to schedule a consultation and make sure you can do an Ask an Expert. It's another thing when we're talking about creating a scenario that will teach people to trade, that will allow them to trade, and that will end up putting them into a position to where they can have their money traded for them. Okay. There's a lot more to that from a compliance perspective than some of the other things that we've rolled out. Not that they're not just as important. They absolutely are. And we're going to talk just in a minute about that. But I just want you guys to realize, there's a lot to this. There is a lot to this. And there's a lot already happening in addition to this. All new rebranding. Websites are being redone right now. I cannot wait for you guys to see our new websites when they're completed. Okay. And phenomenal with all of our new messaging and everything. I got to give it up to Sonia Williams on the work that she's doing. Martina Britt Yelverton, what she's doing behind the scenes, all the video production, all of the, just the documents and PowerPoint stuff. And there's just so many things happening all at once. I mean, Dom, we're going back and forth every single day and like, okay, this is over there. This is happening. This has got to go. This is what, if people saw behind this, I told Brian the other day, I said, can I trade you for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I want to go build and I want you to do this side for a couple of weeks, and, but I'm kidding, guys. We love what we're doing. But there's a lot happening, but that's what happens with growth. That's what happens with growth. we're growing, and so we're going to be busy, and we know that, and we're excited about being busy, and we know that at some point we're going to get past this, and then all it is just building. All it is just building. For you guys, you get to participate in that right now. For Andamo and I, and our corporate staff, and what you see going on behind the scenes, we're not doing the fun stuff. We're doing the stuff nobody else wants to do, so you guys can do the fun stuff and have the fun stuff you need to do the fun stuff. Okay, and so, but believe me, I don't think there's any of our corporate staff that wouldn't say, "Hey, I'll trade you for a week or two," so I can go do that. But listen, the Manage My Trades, we'll be talking about it on Thursday, and so you guys will get all the detail. Pack that live out. We're gonna have our Manage My Trades lead instructor on it, the gentleman that will be heading up all of our training and our trading and all of that stuff. So you definitely want to be on that. And I'm going to tell you guys, leave him alone. I'm going to say that too. He gets hit from about 15 different directions with everybody calling him. They've met him at the event and all this stuff. Leave him alone. He needs to be focused on trading, training, systems, everything he needs to do, and not be worrying about answering your questions right now. You will get all your questions answered on his trainings. We're going to limit the amount of time that you're going to be talking to him individually. Not that we don't want you to. It's just he can't do what he needs to do if you guys are bugging him all the time. And I'm not saying all of you. I'm saying some people. Okay. And so.
Well, you know what, Brian, it happens. Yeah. It's like one person calling it doesn't seem like you're bugging them because you're just asking at the time. But what happens is you don't realize there's about 100 other people right behind you doing the same thing, saying, I know you're busy. I just want to ask you this real quick question. And so even though it may seem like you're not really bugging them, but over the compounding effect of it, it becomes a challenge.
Exactly. And he doesn't want to say no to anybody.
Right.
He wants to try to help What were you going to say, Gerald?
No. One of the things too is that it's almost. I mean, the environment that we've created, this thing is so welcoming, and so we've created that environment, and it's unheard of to have access. In no other place could you go to have access to the trader, to actually meet them personally. And again, he's the nicest guy in the world, so he's willing to give himself or give of himself, and I know that can be overwhelming. But I'm like you. Let's take your advice. Leave him alone. Let him do what he does, and put us in a position where we can really win. So we want him 100. We want him 100% focused.
No, 100%, and that goes for all of our experts because especially all the ones that were at the event, they all have been getting hit like crazy from a lot of different ways and things like that. Just some of you have some questions that are really unique or unique situations. Get a hold of me, and I'll help you traverse that landscape to see if we need to connect with them. But we want them to do what they do, because if they do what they do, our money is multiplying in a big way, and we want to multiply that money.
Hey, and I'm going to bring up something else here. I'm going to kind of change gears a little bit, but it kind of ties to what we were talking about with Manage My Trades. Excuse me, guys. I've got a tickle in my throat. But one of the things I want you guys to know is the way our platform is going to be designed is unique. It's not like anybody else's. When it comes to participating in Manage My Trades, I'm going to tell you this. You need to have scheduled and had. Scheduled and had. Doesn't mean you had to get one, but you have to schedule and have at least a diversified cash flow account consultation. Okay, you have to do that, and I'm going to tell you why. This is what's going to make what we have here and what we're doing and compliance so unique compared to anybody else in the trading space. I don't care if they're trading stocks. I don't care if they're trading options. I don't care if they're trading gold and silver. I don't care if they're trading currency. I don't care what they're trading. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. When you have a diversified cash flow account. You become your own bank. And we're going to talk about a couple of reasons why this is important, but I'm going to tie it to manage my trades right now. When you have a diversified cash flow account and you fund that account and you're earning 3 to 5% in returns on that account through interest and dividends, and then you turn around and borrow from yourself to be able to start an account with Manage My Trades, what you just did is you just insured, not really collateralized or insured, okay, your investment in Manage My Trades. Because God forbid something bad happened to where you lost money in Manage My Trades. Okay, and I'm gonna keep saying this, guys. I firmly believe that you guys are going to do absolutely phenomenal with Manage My Trades, but you're almost going to hear me over elaborate on you can still lose money. Right. Because it's the only thing we offer that really has any type of risk to it. Okay. Doesn't mean you can't lose money in land, but that's kind of mitigated by being able to buy 20 to 40% below market value. But what I was going to say, by doing this, let's say you lost on Manage My Trades, your money, even though you borrowed it from yourself, the money you borrowed is still making money in your diversified cash flow account.
Like it never left the account.
Still replenish it without losing the gains on it. I hope you understand that.
So it's making, Brian, it's making money for you as though it never left your account.
Right. I mean, if you had 5,000 and you took out 2,000 to start, or $1,000 to start a Manage My Trades account, that money, that $1,000 you took out, that account is still earning on the 5,000, not the 4,000 you think is left. Okay.
Strong.
So that's a level of security for you that I've never seen that. There's not another trading platform out there that positions people properly to be able to secure their investment in some other investment. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So the other thing is, it's important that you do that, because by doing that, when you have that diversified cash flow account consultation, you're going to understand. They'll be able to help you understand, one, what your risk tolerance level is. They're going to be able to do a means analysis, maybe help you understand what kind of percentage of your portfolio based on your risk analysis should be put into a higher risk investment. It doesn't mean fund your diversified cash flow account and then go pull all that money out to go put it over and Manage My Trades. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Okay. Again, I think you guys are going to do phenomenal. I know what the track record is on trading, and historically it has been phenomenal with our lead instructor. Okay. And I fully expect it to continue doing that, but I also know there's a risk. I know there's a risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Okay. That's why that disclaimer is there. So you understand that. But I think it's beautiful that you have a scenario that helps you understand your risk. It helps you actually mitigate that risk by being able to still have money working for you someplace else while you're using it in a Manage My Trades account. And so I'm excited about it. But so with that, just realize that's important. Now I'm going to hit you with something else. And Dom, we were talking about this earlier. You guys have been watching the news. You guys have been paying attention, and you know that Silicon Valley Bank failed. You know that Signature Bank in New York failed. Okay. 2 huge banks failed. All right. Now, this is not to scare you. It is to prepare you and help you understand that even though on the news, you see where the government is basically saying, we're not going to bail these banks out. But in reality, they are bailing these banks out, because what they're doing is they're making sure that the people who have more than $250,000 in those banks are made whole. I don't know about you guys, but I call that bailing the bank out. Right. All right. Now, here's what makes me mad about this scenario, and especially with the Silicon Valley scenario, is that 3 days before this bank actually failed, they made darn sure that they paid their bonuses to their executives. 3 days prior to the bank failing, their executives all got their bonuses. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that to me is crooked. There's no other way of saying it. And legally, I'm going to say I'm not defaming this company. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is, when I look at the overall perspective of it, it just looks like a shady way of doing business. You'll bonus your executives, but you don't care if people with over $250,000 in your bank could have possibly not gotten their money if the government hadn't bailed them out, right, which is what happened. All right. Now, same thing's happening with Signature Bank. They're bailing them out. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't think we're looking at a 2008 crisis. I don't see that happening. I don't see banks really, collapsing and falling apart all across the country. But what I am going to tell you is that you absolutely don't know, and you have no control over it. Right. What a bank does, you have no control over. None. Now, what you do have control over is how you handle your own money, thanks to MWR. I will tell you this, and again, guys, I want you to know, I don't push. I'm not selling you. I don't care if you do it or not. Everything we have is optional. Everything in MWR is optional. But here's the deal. Everything we put into place is either to increase your cash flow, create more cash flow, multiply your cash flow, or protect you and the money you have, or the money you're going to have. If you're not your own bank and you are dependent on another bank, just realize what just happened.
Right.
You are putting you and your family at risk because you have zero control over it. But when you're your own bank, you have total control over it. You have total control over it. That's why these systems have been put into place, is so that you can have the maximum amount of protection and control over your money. Because if you are not controlling your money, I promise you someone else is. You have heard us talk repeatedly about the people that take your money. Government, banks, big business. That's where your money is going. They control it. Until you control it, okay, you're at their mercy. You are at their mercy. And I'm trying to speak slowly and make sure I get this point across, because I don't want to see any of you get hurt in this situation. If it happens again, I don't want to see any of you get hurt, because the thing that will bug me the most is if one of you call me and say, oh my gosh, my bank got shut down. Yes, I was FDIC insured. And maybe I know a lot of you may not have $250,000 or more in the bank, but I don't ever want to see you get into a position to where you can lose anything, and especially the control over your own money. All right. You have every tool you need here to make sure that you are fully protected from that ever happening to you or your family. And if you don't take advantage of it and you're paying for it every single month, shame on you. And I'm not saying that to hurt your feelings. Okay. I'm saying it because Why would you pay a monthly fee to a company that is providing you with everything you need to make sure your family is fully taken care of, that you are limiting every bit of what you are giving away to the government, banks, and big business, and putting you in total control of your money, making sure you're fully protected, all of this stuff? Why would you do that and then not use it? The only thing I can think of, this may hurt your feelings, is that you're lazy. Because it's a matter of clicking a button, filling out some information, scheduling a consultation, uploading some documents, something, because you've got experts that do all the hard stuff for you. So if you're not participating in it, participate, guys. Take advantage of it. Because some of you have no clue how much you're giving away and how much you could be keeping and how much better you could be doing financially if you would take a few minutes just to take advantage of what you have. And I see it. I cannot tell you. It drives me nuts. I love our credit restoration program, Dom, and we are getting absolutely phenomenal results right now. I mean, scores are going up like crazy. And it's because we've switched to this system to where we allow our members to mail stuff out. We've changed some things up. We've created a little bit of a different scenario on our disputing process. So many things have changed with that. And it is flat out doing better than I've ever seen it in 30 years, which is great. Here's what drives me nuts. When I see people that submit their credit reports, and I view those sometimes. I look at them and I see all this debt on their credit reports, and they've never even plugged into our Eliminate My Debts program. They have never once taken advantage of Lower My Bills. They have never submitted to get a instant pay raise through our Reduce My Taxes program. They haven't downloaded Hurdler app, which is included, to track their mileage and expenses, to take advantage of the home-based business deductions that they're entitled to. Instead, they plugged in just to get their credit restored. That is the definition of financial illiteracy. The definition. When you are more worried about being able to finance a lifestyle instead of being able to own a lifestyle, and you would not cut the things you are overspending on just so you could go out and borrow more to make up the difference, that is financial illiteracy, period. There's no way around explaining it. If you think being able to get credit is the way to financial freedom, I give up. I give up, Dom. I give up.
It certainly won't create wealth for you. It certainly won't get you to wealth. That it won't do.
Well, and listen, the OPM stuff, other people's money and all that stuff. Here's the deal, guys. There is good debt. Right. There is good debt. But I'm going to tell you what most of you will do. You'll get your credit restored and you'll go buy a car you can't afford. You'll go buy a home that you can't afford. All right. And you'll bury yourself deeper in debt instead of taking that money and putting it somewhere where it's actually producing more than what it's costing you in interest. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were doing that, I would say, good move. Good move. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. The reality is 90% of you won't do that. Right. You think credit is the way to look like and act like you have the lifestyle that other people are going to want. And I'm going to tell you, listen, Dom, you remember when we had a luxury vehicle bonus with MWR Financial? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you remember, used to be you had to get a Mercedes or a high-end vehicle. Right. And I was like, that's got to go away. Right. That's got to go away. Why are we making people go
into debt?
That's stupid. I realize that it looks good and maybe it's appealing to people, but guys, we don't have to fake it till we make it at MWR.
Right. That's it.
We don't have to fake it till you make it. I'd rather see you take that money and go put it into an investment account or maybe pay off some debts.
Right.
Who cares if you bought a car with it? You earned it. I'd rather see, and that's what we did. And then we ended up putting it into our daily guarantee and simplifying all this stuff. But I hope you guys get where we're coming from where I'm coming from. Dom's probably going to let you have it next. Okay. But I mean this in the most positive way, guys. I hope you take it the way it is meant, because I care. It has not. Listen. It costs me when you use our services in some cases, So I spend money every month so you can have these services in your membership, and so. But I'm telling you, they're there for a reason. Mm-hmm. And here's what's the most important part about this. Your story is the most important part about this. Because I know in order for you to grow, you need to develop your own story. You can utilize other people's stories right now, but nothing's going to carry as much weight when you can show documentation and you can show your own story and the impact this program has had on your life. There is nobody in your family or your friends or anybody around you but if all you told them was you got your credit restored and they are somewhat financially illiterate,
or literate.
Huh?
You meant somewhat financially literate.
Yeah, financially literate. That's right. I keep saying illiterate, didn't I? Okay. I meant literate, guys. Financially. Well, it was the definition of financial illiteracy.
Right.
But if you're talking to somebody that is somewhat financially literate, they're going to be able to tell whether if that's your main story, and not that it's a bad one, if you're doing the right things with it. Like I said, there is good money. There is good debt. I mean, that you can.
You know what, Brian? But the people, you're 100% right. There is absolutely good debt. But something about the people that have good debt? They have zero bad debt. So they don't have, they're not in debt like by thousands and tens of thousands of dollars trying to look like they have a lot of money. They have zero bad debt. So they take care of that first. To then be able to now leverage and then learn what good debt is and understand how to leverage that.
Yeah, perfect example. Why would I pay 19% on borrowed money when my return is 8%?
Right.
That is dumb. You get rid of the 19% so you can make the 8%. Okay. So I'm telling you guys.
And Brian, one of the things that you didn't say, but two things. Number one, this is inspired, and we've talked about this. So we're going to, like you said, on Thursday, we're going to have our Manage My Trades.
Yes.
A week from today. So this gives everybody plenty of time to get everybody in their organization on this platform. A week from today, we are going to take you through a journey of how to utilize MWR and see how it all comes together. So you'll understand, I should do this first, do this. So you will see how wealth is made real. And here's the other thing that people don't do, Brian, and we see this, we can check and look. It's so few, first of all, that put their testimonials up there. We have a lot. We have almost 10,000 testimonials, but so few will come in here percentage-wise and go look at the testimonials that all document that we do what we say we do and that people have it. It's not like, and not anything bad against any other kind of network marketing company, but it's not like we're sitting here saying, I took this, I drank this thing, I took this water and I drank it. Ooh, and now I feel like so energized and I feel great and things are just good. And you have to wonder, well, is he just saying it because he wants me to join this? There's a wonder. We don't have that. We have documented proof of predictable positive results 100% of the time. So you don't even have to wait to tell someone is it work or not. They can go see it for themselves. So I love that. But the other thing that people don't realize, and I want to say this, Brian, we are telling people to put their money and do the things that you and I do with our money. And I've never seen where CEOs really break it down. And you heard Brian talk about it, Brian Bean. You've heard others. You've heard Gerald talk about it, and many other leaders that, wow, you have a company where the CEO and president are telling you what they're doing with their own money.
Yep.
And we just had to create an environment so we could bring some of those experts. And, you had to get deep in your pocket so you could make sure some of these experts are able to take care of people all the way through.
And that's what I don't know about you. Hey, I do know about you, but it's worked pretty well for me. How's it working for you?
It's worked extremely well for you. And like a good leader, it takes, you have to be a follower first. So I follow what you do, and it started working really well for me as well.
There you go. Well, and guys, listen, that's what we put together. Next week will be really educational on Monday night, because like Dom said, I've said it over and over and over again. Making wealth real is not a possibility with MWR. It's an absolute probability if you are plugged in and utilizing what you have. I'm just telling you. And when Dom and I walk you through this step-by-step process that shows how we take people from lower, middle class, upper class, and help them go even higher or to the levels that they want to go to. All right, wherever they want to go. The sky's the limit with what we're doing, and how we can do that faster than anybody else out there without putting your money at risk. I know you might be able to get there faster if you hit the lottery. I know you might be able to get there faster if you found one good trade that you put a boatload of money in and it paid off unbelievably well. I know that can happen. All right. It's a very slim chance that it's going to happen. All right. It's not a probability it's going to happen. That's a possibility that it's going to happen. Yeah.
And Brian, can I say something about that?
Yeah.
So let's say someone actually hit the lottery. Let's say someone had a trade that generated all this money, whatever they did. Here's the challenge. Here's what they won't be able to do by not plugging into what we do at MWR. They're going to get taxed like crazy. So they say, but it's okay because I have all this money after taxes. Okay, you're still going to get taxed on wherever that money is. You're putting it in some place that's not safe, that can't be insured. All of a sudden, a bank fails, and then all that went away. Or you never protected it, and then when the lawsuits come and when things happen, you have no way to you're just exposed to everything. So what you didn't do was get a diversified cash flow account, be able to then utilize that, wind up getting a trust my assets so that I have everything structured and protected in the way that I do that. See, that's what is so amazing. And that's why we are attracting people that make serious money here. They're coming to MWR and say, wait a minute, you guys have put something together that's so special. And they're coming in. And here's the other thing that happens a lot of times, Brian. People get embarrassed about their situation. And I know that's happened here at MWR where people are embarrassed about their situation and they go, well, let me kind of get some things a little bit better before I talk to the experts. And what I love about MWR is that we never created a situation that we made any of you, become the expert. You don't ever have to, just so you know, everything you do with MWR is confidential because you're talking to the experts. You're not talking to the person that brought you in and you have to tell them your story. You are directly going to the experts. It's confidential. And what I love about it, it is customized for you because they're speaking about your situation. And what they do is they meet you where you are. And like you heard Brian say, or I should say Mr. House, so we're all clear. You heard Mr. House say, our great CEO and founder, that they then take you where you want to be and go on a path and a plan. And we've seen too many people start to experience the momentum of positive things you do with money. That momentum is amazing when you do the right thing because the money game's being played. And if you're playing it to win, boy, you win faster than you ever thought possible. It just blows your mind. But if you're not playing the game to win, I'm just gonna ask you, how long do you want to get played?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Dom, we could go on about this.
Well, yeah, we can.
And I don't want to. And I'll be honest with you, I almost want to do what we're going to do Monday, right? And I'm biting my tongue.
Well, you kind of were starting to go that way. That's why I had to say.
Yeah, we're kind of going in that direction. But the guys, it'll be enlightening to you. And some of you already know it. Some of you are already experiencing it. And so I just want to commend you guys. I do. Because like Dom said, the testimonies, the stories that we already have, that ought to be enough to make anybody that hasn't plugged in, plug in. But they probably haven't seen them. I would definitely be looking and directing people on your team to make sure they check out these stories and that they do plug in, because that's the longevity of your business. This is a lifestyle, guys. This is what it is. MWR is a lifestyle. This is not one of those programs where you get in and next week you get out. This is one of those programs that it is a lifelong process. Now, I don't mean to become wealthy. I mean, once you have money, once we've helped you get to the point that you're wealthy, you now have all the tools you need to make sure you maintain it, to make sure that it continues growing, to make sure that you protect it. See, Dom, I will say one thing. You've been around this industry a long time. And we're obviously not going to mention any names. I know people that have made millions of dollars in this industry that are dead broke.
Right.
That are dead broke. Millions of dollars. And they thought they had to paint this picture for everybody that they lived such an extravagant lifestyle. They went out and they spent all this money on homes. And then one day the money ran out, or the company went away, or something happened. You know what you won't see here? You won't see our top income earners ever be broke. You won't ever see that.
Brian, that's
because
why you were
top
so
income
excited.
Earners are doing things with their money that make them more money. I mean, even if, God forbid, something ever happened to MWR Financial, and guys, I promise you, we'll do everything we can to keep this thing in between the trenches for the next 50 years, if God will let us, okay? If that's what his plan is, we will do everything in our power to make sure this company is around for your lifetime and hopefully your kids' lifetime, all right? But I will tell you what you don't have to worry about is when you build it here and when you make the money here and you plug in with the money you make here, you're not going to have to worry about it going away. And I can tell you, I could name 10 people easily right now that I know have made millions of dollars that were friends of ours that we know, Dom, some of them very well, that have lost everything because they did the fake it till you make it in the beginning. They buried themselves in debt to look like they had money. That's what they did. Right. And then when they actually made the money, they were trying to pay that debt back, wasn't able to invest it, then turned around. And when the money ran out, they were still buried in debt and it ate up whatever they had left over and they had to go start over. I never want to see you do that.
Right. Not to mention how many were trying to hide from the IRS, finally got caught, and that just sucked up a whole bunch of their money. Now because what happened in all those cases, Brian, you know what they didn't have? And this is the one thing out of every company in our industry, if we took ego and comp plan out of the way, just took it and moved it to the side, and we said, here's what we do and here's what all these other companies do. Do you realize the masses and what they were clearly understood? And again, ego and comp plan is set aside. Everybody needs what we do.
Yep.
100% of America. Because in this country, there are things that you need to do if you want to keep your money and keep it circulating and keep it in your hard earned. I mean, think about how many hours you spend going to work, all the things you do, the way, all the blood, sweat, and tears you have to go through, and then building this business to create more business in cash flow. So you're doing all of that, and imagine only to let the government, banks, let attorneys and things like that take the money from your family when you work that hard for it. That's what doesn't happen here, and that's what people don't realize, the real power of MWR. Because you said it, Brian, so clearly, MWR, Make Wealth Real, is a lifestyle. That's what we are.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is not a gym membership that you get in January, you never use it, and then you get rid of it in February.
Right.
This is one of those things that every level of your finances is covered. And as you continue progressing, you always have the next level with MWR Financial. You never run out of levels to continue progressing. That's the thing. Okay.
And that's why you were so excited, because people said, man, I never heard Brian over the last few weeks or before our Ignite event, how you were so excited. It's because you knew that now we have in place for people to experience, Brian, exactly what you experienced when you yourself got on the other side of money. People had the chance to do that, and that's exciting for both of us. It's exciting. That's why we can work so many hours and go crazy and all this stuff we're doing in the background, which is sometimes nuts, but we do it because, and we wake up and excited because we know the impact that we can have if people just plug in and just do it, and we've seen it. So it's not like we don't know and we're hoping and we're wondering, keeping our fingers crossed, will they get those results? I'm hoping so. No, it's that's why I always call it predictable positive results. So a Gerald Parker, that's not a shock to us. I can go on and on and on, but the Charles and Judith Ivory, it's not a shock. No. It's not a shock to us. And then we love seeing what people do with it. Brian Bean, what they do with it when they now start to have that literacy and know that the experts are taking care of them, how they expand their dreams of why they were here in the first place. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, and we want to keep naming names, and you better say Shirley and Trevor Thompson, Frank and Nicole Kimbrough, and what those guys are doing. Amina Rashid and
we can go on.
And Christy Howard.
Oh my goodness.
Rollins. By the way, guys, be in prayer for Shayna Rollins. Yes. She has spent about a week and a half in the hospital, and I meant to tell you guys this last week, and I totally slipped my mind. But definitely be in prayer for her. She's came out of it. She's out of the hospital right now. I know she's still recovering with some stuff, but at the same time, she's doing much better. But I meant to tell you, Shayna.
We love you.
In your prayer. Yeah, we love you, Shayna. Yes. But listen, I'm going to get off here, Dom, because we'll keep rambling all night long. But guys, I hope you can see how excited we are. How excited we are. I love what we're doing. I love what we're doing. And again, I wake up and I hope if there's anything I would wish for you guys is that at some point, and I hope it's tomorrow morning, that you can wake up and bounce out of bed because you are excited about the day you're going to have. Okay? Because you feel blessed to know what you know, because you have hope that most people don't have. All right? You have a way out of a system that is oppressing way too many people. Okay? You have a way out of that. And I hope it just makes you jump up out of bed tomorrow with excitement and enthusiasm, and know that, listen, you've been brought here for a reason. Okay. And you guys know my faith. My God doesn't make any mistakes. I don't know who your God is, and I respect whatever you believe, but I can tell you my God doesn't make any mistakes. There's an absolute reason why you are here. And I believe it's divine intervention. I believe that we have a lot of things here that he has blessed us with that are really doing what they're supposed to do in a time that it could never be more needed. Right. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Than what you're seeing going on around you. So take advantage of it, guys. We love you. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Let's make this another phenomenal week. I hope you all hit your performance bonuses this week. I hope you all get to 3-star executive director and you get to experience leadership bonuses. I hope all of you, get everything you want out of life, because you deserve it. And if nobody's told you, you're absolutely deserving and worthy of all the greatness God has in store for you. I promise you that much. Okay. Because my God doesn't make any junk either, Andamo. So
that's right. Definitely doesn't.
Yeah, but listen, love you guys. Appreciate
love you guys. Thanks,
fun.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Have a great rest of the week. Don't miss Thursday. We will be back here for Manage My Trades with DC Eastman, and I'm looking forward to that, guys. So have a great night, Dom. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks, Gerald. Thanks, Martina.